Okay. So I guess Calvin, you can start since you are our president.
Alrighty. So I'm next slide.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh yeah. So first, let's introduce ourselves. So we're the Undergraduate Bioinformatics Club. We're a community of undergraduate bioinformatics students. Almost all of us are working in labs, and we work with the UCSD bioinformatics program to set up events for you guys. So that we're going to talk about today. And also, we're recently #1 in the nation. So yay! Next slide.
Yeah, we hate MIT and Carnegie Mellon. They suck. All right.
Alrighty, so that's me. I'm the co-president as well as with Dexter. I'm graduating this year. I'm biology bioinformatics. Next slide. So I help manage events for Ubic, and then I communicate the needs of bioinformatics students to like professors, other engineering orgs, and the administration. I've worked in both industry and academic labs in cancer, immunology, and neuroscience. Right now, I'm most interested in developing novel therapeutics for mental illnesses. If you want to reach out to me, you can always text me at my number right there. If you have any questions, and my office hours are on Geisel at 3 p.m. on Wednesdays.
All right.
Yeah, so this previous summer, we had a little phylogenetics project team where me and Ishan led it. It was kind of a beginner project, and we made like the phylogenetic tree to map out the relationship between different variants of COVID-19. And there will be more projects announced. A couple of them fell through because like one of the professors like left UCSD.
The other professor like banned us.
Yeah, it was definitely an interesting story.
So our plan is to kind of like model it after the phylogeny projects where we make it a lot more student led. And so the idea is that we're gonna have like the people who apply sort of like work together to come up with a project in an area that they're interested in. And then we're just gonna go to professors for like advice on like the feasibility implementation. So we're not gonna like do it under a professor because a lot of the times they're like way too like overbearing and over controlling, and we want it to be more personal projects. Okay, I can do Dexter's. So hello. So Dexter is our other co-president. He's not here right now because he forgot his girlfriend's anniversary. So that's where he is right now. Okay, I don't think that's actually what happened. It might be, but
no, I know that's what happened.
Oh, that is actually
he's
what
like
happened.
An L on that one, yeah. So.
Oh my god. Okay.
Yeah, so he has a little video for us.
I'm gonna play it later because it's just gonna be kind of annoying to play it right now. Actually, I guess I can play it. Hold on, give me like 2 seconds. I'll play it. Let me stop my share and then let me pull it up. Give me a sec. Where is it? Here we go.
Is there supposed to be audio?
Oh, can y'all not hear it?
I like the shoes.
Let me turn on the.
You know.
Oh, there.
Hey guys, this is
Yeah,
Dexter. And
Yeah,
it's unfortunate that I couldn't be in real time with you guys tonight. And just a short introduction. I'm gonna be co-president with Calvin this year, and my major is biology bioinformatics, and I'm graduating this year, so it means that I'm a senior. I'm currently working in the Thelp in the Salk Institute, and it's mostly researching on system neuroscience research. So yeah, so my email is here, ttsin@ucsd.edu. And in general, I help coordinate club events and also contact other orgs on or off campus to kind of do new collaborations. And the goal of this year, we have some kind of personal and like coupleized goals. And the first goal is making this BIN 194, which is kind of like a makeup class name, but we wanted to make these kind of reading courses with professors that kind of talk about hot topics and like lead papers. And I don't know if you guys have ever tried using try taking BIM or BIPN 194, which are kind of these directed reading courses. And we hope to kind of do the similar with bioinformatics, where kind of professor talk about either cancer genomics or maybe sequencing or those technologies. And the second one is bioinformatics handbook. And we wanted to kind of, so Nikita, one of our academic relations co-chair, has been heroic on this by making kind of like a basic version of the notebook where it includes all the course information and also kind of like some advices on being like a bioinformatics major. And in the upcoming year, we wanted to create like this big evaluation system similar to CAPE, but kind of like more realistic than CAPE, so that we can kind of talk more about different courses and preparations, and also kind of finding research on campus, like these kind of survival skills to be a successful bioinformatics major in UCSD. And the third thing is we wanted to do this in-person Southwestern Bioinformatics Conference, SBC. It has been a feature of our club for a few years, and since COVID last year, we moved it to online, and we collaborated with UC Santa Cruz and UC Davis to make this kind of big online conference where we invited speakers like Pavel and also kind of epidemiology people to talk about COVID last year. And we wanted to kind of, the exact date has not been set, but it's going to be in spring, maybe week 4 and week 5. And we hope to invite some interesting professors to talk about their research in person here. And talking about collaboration, we're still working on another event with Santa Cruz and Davis again to make this cross-campus meeting, so that kind of bioinformatics major from each campus could kind of discuss and kind of have some nice time together. And then the fifth thing is that we wanted to have this new freshman experience event, which is going to be kind of like half a day to a day, where the new student ambassador, where the first year ambassador would be directly involved, where the first year ambassador would kind of coordinate all the events, kind of invite the speakers, kind of invite the first year people to kind of come over and to know what is bioinformatics and how to get involved in bioinformatics in general. And yeah, so these are all the new events this year, or like the events that we want to push forward this year. And my office hour is 5 p.m. Fridays on Gaiso. And then if anyone is interested, we can also schedule another time to email or Discord. And the keywords for me are neuroethology, which is kind of like the combination of neuroscience and also ethology, kind of the study of behavior. And I've been into some bit of modeling too, not like computational modeling. And also I'm doing my graduate app right now. And if you guys have any question about kind of searching labs, searching some programs, searching for graduate school programs, don't hesitate to contact me. We can talk more about it. So yeah, hope you guys enjoy the rest of the GBM. Thank you again.
Okay, so that is our other co-president, Dexter. So now let me go back to the slides. 1 second. Okay, so we can skip this since we've already seen this. All right, Ishan.
Hi, everyone. I'm Ishan Gupta, and I'm the Vice President Internal. I'm a computer science bioinformatics major, so feel free to ask me about that. And it's fun to meet CS bioinformatics because it's a very rare species. And I love bioinformatics, and of course, and then I also love mentoring. talking about bioinformatics and teaching people. And my research interest is immunogenomics, immunology, cancer. Yeah. Next slide, please. Thanks. So yeah, as the VP internal, I manage the internal organization of Ubic board and events. So does Dexter, but I do it as the VP internal. And the main goals that I have are, first of all, the bootcamp, which I also am heavily involved with, and then the project teams, and then other events going on. I would help around and try to like talk to the board and yeah. I will hold office hours, but I don't have a fixed time yet because we haven't exactly determined the bootcamp time, the bioinformatics bootcamp time. I will be having office hours right after that. So that can be about bioinformatics in general and also about the bootcamp stuff. Yeah. But yeah, among my interests, I'm very much into machine learning and core algorithms, and I want to apply immunology and bioinformatics in tandem with like um, data science to drug discovery, vaccinomics, and cancer, and making safer gene therapy things with the immune system. Um, Williard Ford asks, how's that? What's that oh, speed running bioinformatics? Yeah, we can talk about that later. It's possible. Yeah. So if I can
Don't
do it,
worry,
you can do it.
we'll be staying on because Calvin
We'll
always
be
likes
staying
to
on.
rant
Yeah, we'll talk more.
afterwards.
We'll chat more. Yeah,
All right.
for sure. So yeah, that is another thing. If you want to graduate in 3 years, that's another thing you can talk to me and Aditya about, um, and many other members as well.
All right.
And that's just a mosaic. So that's what I love about bioinformatics. Basically, these are all the topics I love, and the very fact that it's so diverse in itself. Um, that's what I love about bioinformatics the most. I love things you can see here: antibodies, protein structures, machine learning, CRISPR, sequencing, and neuroscience and biostatistics and drug discovery. And there's just so much. It doesn't sum it. So um, and that's a great part about our club because like we have people with such diverse interests. And with that, I'll give it to Aditya.
All right. Hello, everyone. I'm Adi. I'm the VP external of Ubic. I'm a biology bioinformatics major and I'm minoring in CS and math. So if you have questions about minoring, I almost picked up cogs as well, but I decided not to. I'm a big fan of anime, music, reading, gaming, and I love to mentor people and help people out. So if you have any of those shared interests, hit me up. I can definitely help you out with looking into anime for sure. Trying to get Calvin and everyone to start watching, and they still won't. Uh, I do research at the Manor Lab at the Salk Institute on deep learning approaches to image analysis. And then I'm right now also doing some network biology research in the Meserov lab for pancreatic cancer research. And soon I'm going to be doing some computational neuroscience at the Tomo lab at Salk. So I have a lot of experience getting into labs and networking with professors and people like that. So if you are trying to get into a lab, definitely hit me up. I was the academic relations chair last year, so I had to know a lot of the professors. Um, yeah, so basically what I do is I kind of just help work with mostly academic relations and social to organize events, and then with public relations to sort of spread the word to all of you guys to make sure you are in the know of all of our events. My goals for this quarter are somewhat just the faculty student mixer. So basically, in order to meet bioinformatics professors other than the ones that you take for classes, and then a lab match program, sort of where we can you have some interests, and then we sort of give you suggestions on labs to apply to and help you write your resume and write cold emails for that. And then overall, I just want to make the bioinformatics club like a more tight knit community. I feel like bioinformatics is such a small major that it's hard to find people in that major. So this is definitely a great resource if you're just trying to find friends to struggle with in CSE 181 or 182 or CSE 101. I'm gonna hold office hours on Tuesdays and Thursdays this quarter from 12:20 to 2 p.m. That's when I don't have class, and I'm gonna do it at Price Center. So if you want to just stop by and chat, I will be there. Just message me on. You can either email me here, or if you haven't seen, I'm pretty active on the Ubic Discord. And then yeah, my interests are in the intersections between computational neuroscience and deep learning. So sort of understanding how deep learning can be used to understand the brain and how the brain can be used as a model for generating new deep learning architectures. So yeah, definitely just feel free to reach out whenever if you have need advice on anything from classes to labs to any animes you want to start with. I will be there definitely. So let's move on to the boot camp.
Hi, everyone. My name is Carolina. I'm a fourth year bioinformatics major and computer science minor. I guess some interests that I have are cardiology and cancer. I work right now at the Chi Lab, where we study diseased hearts. And then I also work in industry relations at the Moores Cancer Center near Jacobs Hospital. And yeah, Alex.
Yeah, hello. I'm a fourth year bioinformatics major too, with a minor in CS. It's definitely recommended for bio majors, just to help kind of supplement things. And you only have to take like 3 extra classes. So yeah, I'm in the Bowman lab at polarmicrobes.org. That's the website if you want to check it out. And we do a lot of like phylogenetic things. Like right now we're looking at trying to like predict algae blooms by looking at RNA in the ocean and stuff. So kind of interesting, but it's more phylogenetics. It's not as like medical as a lot of the other cool labs. So there's a lot of different types of labs, but I like reading, learning to surf, and PC gaming in my free time. So if any other PC gamers are out there, hit me up. And yeah.
All right. I don't know what's to talk about boot camp.
Yeah, okay, so basically this quarter, we plan out several beginning lessons and workshops, basically covering applications of bioinformatics and also coding basics. So this is the current plan that we have for fall quarter. Basically, you guys just come in on a Zoom group chat. Because of COVID, we are holding all of these virtually. And in the next slide, if you can click on the next slide, Adi. We have a sign up form. Alex, you want to talk about that?
Yeah, sorry. There's a lot of noise that's going on really quick here. I'm right by the trolley and it's like testing out, so it's really high pitched. But yeah, so the Google form, check it out. It's mainly just to kind of get like preliminary information, get your contacts. We know like it's okay to email you, and also just to figure out what time of the week we will be hosting it, when everyone can do it, or if there's like 2 days when everyone can do it, maybe we'll figure something out. But yeah, and have your phones out though, because there's gonna be a lot of other QR codes coming down the line. So
I'm gonna move on to the slide. If anyone wants me to go back later to the crash course, I can go back as well.
and I'm gonna post a link too for the form right now.
Oh yeah,
In the chat.
That. Okay, Calvin, are you gonna do?
Oh yeah, so I'm gonna introduce Elena, who unfortunately cannot be here. She is our lovely social chair. She's gonna graduate. She's also a fourth year as well. She does cancer research and as well as epigenetic regulation of chromatin. And she reads, crochets, and spends time outdoors. Next slide. All right, so Lena plans the social events along with eBoard, and then we have a bonfire this Friday at can you go back? Bonfire this Friday at La Jolla Shores. Here's the link to the Google form where you can where you should fill out if you're coming, and you can also, we'll get you a ride and everything. We're also planning a retreat during winter or spring quarter, and reach out with event ideas or questions on Discord or at our email. And our summer retreat was at the 626 night market. And then we also did an escape room in LA as well. We got an Airbnb and then to party in, and it was great. Next slide. And so on the left, we had a game night last Friday. And then on the right, we had, we were outside our escape room, which we were divided up to two teams. And then we both completed our escape room. Yeah, my team finished faster than the Audis. I thought that was just worth mentioning.
Okay, by like 2 seconds. It was
all
literally,
right.
It was literally okay.
Just saying,
Whatever.
but just saying, we're better.
That is
But-
such a big lie. We
All
were,
right, so-
we were tied.
So there's the Slack and Discord invites. So there's the Discord server, and there's a Slack group as well. But mostly we'll be posting stuff in the Discord. There's like several channels where we can talk about various interests, and you can or we'll be also giving out notifications for events and everything.
Yeah, definitely join the Discord. That's like that's our main form of communication. So definitely join the Discord. Okay.
Anjali.
Hello, my name is Anjali. I am a CS Bioinformatics major, and I'm one of the academic relations co-chairs. Work-wise, I also work in epigenetic regulation of chromatin in the Ferguson lab along with Lena. And I also do network biology with Chifa Chen looking at like schizophrenia and Alzheimer's. And in my free time, I read and I just do lots of random crafts.
Oh wait, let me go back for Julia.
Yeah, hello. I'm Julia. I'm a bioinformatics major, class of 2024. I'm also kind of in a weird transition period right now between labs, but I'm currently in the emailing process. So if you want to like commiserate, feel free to reach out. And yeah, in my free time, like reading, going outside, trying to do more art and stuff. Yeah.
Hi, I'm Nikita. I'm a second year bioengineering bioinformatics major with a minor in biology. And my research interests are in gene therapy and cancer, and I'm currently in the Molly lab working on projects related to this. And in my free time, I like to watch lots of TV and cook a lot. So if any of you have any recipes you think I should try, let me know, but I am vegetarian, so keep that in mind.
Okay.
Okay, so what we do, one, we organize Chalk Talks, which are where we invite professors to come and talk about their research in a bit of a more beginner-friendly level. So it's really great for people that are trying to get into different areas of bioinformatics or are interested in different fields. We are also currently working on the Bioinformatics Handbook, which will have a lot of information about the different tracks and just different topics like the infamous industry versus academia debate. And we also can help you get lab opportunities. One of our best tips is to read papers, cold email postdocs and grad students and professors, and just take advantage of emailing anyone that you can have access to. And this is our contact information if you need help with anything.
Yeah, on the lab opportunities, I can just add one small thing. Even just don't be afraid to reach out, even if you don't think you have the skills, because at worst, they'll just say no, which is not a big deal. And even if they don't respond, oftentimes it's just because the professor is just really busy. They can get up to like 200 emails a day. So don't feel bad if people aren't responding. Just keep trying, and eventually you'll get one.
Definitely. I've emailed professors before and gotten an email response over a month later, and I was able to work with them.
Yeah,
so it does happen. It does work.
The hardest position to get is your first one. So definitely just keep trying. And if you need help, we're definitely here for you. Pretty much everyone on the board is working in at least one lab or has at least worked in one lab. We can help you out.
Okay, I'll talk about Chalk Talk. Chalk Talks are research seminars that look at different applications of bioinformatics. Typically, back when it used to be in person, we used to have a professor come and just write out all of everything that they had to say on a board to make sure that they couldn't go super technical and just make sure they keep it beginner friendly. But now we're planning on using an online format for this quarter, so it will not look like this. Chalk Talk is great for students of all levels, no matter what your experience is. The professors always have something really interesting to say, and their research is really, really interesting. And by by attending Chalk Talks, professors become really accessible. You can just talk to them directly. You can approach them for lab opportunities, and they'll oftentimes also advertise at Chalk Talks if they're looking for undergrads. Next slide. And our first Chalk Talk scheduled is Bradley Wojtek on Tuesday, October 12th, 5 p.m. to 6 p.m. The meeting ID is here, and he does research in brainwaves and cognitive decline. So hope to see you there.
So about the bioinformatics handbook, we basically have a guide for anyone who's new to bioinformatics or anyone who wants some information that covers a variety of things such as the tracks, the different courses, potential minors you can do, and just gives a compiled source of information for you. And we also have some more ideas of adding in personal testimonials, as well as reviews for classes in the near future that we're going to be adding in. But this is just a resource that if you have any questions or you want a starting point, is definitely a good resource to take a look at.
Okay, Julia, do you want to talk about this?
Oh yeah, sure. Yeah, so this kind of was a follow-up event. We did this thing called AMA, or Ask Me Anything, basically a Q&A session. The one we did with Professor Nima last year was a great success and it was really fun. So this year we're doing a similar event with Professor Vineet Bafna, who's director of the bioinformatics program. And yeah, I think we have the link. I'm not sure if that's being sent out. Oh, yeah, it's being sent out.
In
Yeah.
the chat.
Yeah. So yeah, I'll be doing that on it's October 5th at 8:30. So
It's a
yeah, come
Tuesday.
through. Oh, yeah, it's a Tuesday. Okay, cool. Yeah, let me check. Yeah, it's a Tuesday. Yeah, so come through. It should be really interesting. Yeah, there's a lot of interesting research, and yeah, I can ask him pretty much everything about like him as a professor, just bioinformatics in general. Yeah, it's a really cool opportunity.
Yeah, just remember this guy is the one who made basically our bioinformatics program one of the best in the country. So yeah, it's definitely a really good opportunity to just ask him a bunch of questions and he'll answer them. So I will move on to Joyce.
Hi guys, I'm Joyce and I'm the finance chair. I'm a fourth year biology bioinformatics student and I also have a minor in computer science. I also have some experience in industry working in internships. So if you guys ever want to hit me up about that, feel free to. Next slide, please. So what I do is pretty straightforward. I organize the club finances and I contact department about getting funding and reimbursement. Currently, we're trying to transfer from bioengineering to become CSE affiliate, to have CSE affiliate status. But please feel free to reach out to me. My email is right there and phone number. You can feel free to text me or chat with me if you have any questions or even if you just want to talk and get to know me. So thank you.
Okay, so now under industry relations co-chairs.
Hello, my name is Rashawn Kankre, and I'm a bioengineering bioinformatics major, and I'm in my third year. So I currently work in the Harsmendi lab, and I work on analyzing patient cancer data. Actually, as a matter of fact, Dr. Harsmendi is leaving at the end of this month, and I'm currently searching for a new lab within bioinformatics, and I'm going to use this club's opportunities to do just that. In my free time, I like to play sports and watch Netflix. Ria?
Hey everyone, I'm Ria, and I'm a second year bioinformatics major. I'm a CS minor as well. I'm currently working in neurobiology and image analysis of like fluorescence microscopes and confocal microscopes in the Peckernaz lab. And actually the way I found that lab was through a Chalk Talk. So I have Ubic to thank for my current lab position. All I did was ask some questions, get to know the professor a little bit, and that's how I got a lab position. So I definitely recommend coming to Chalk Talks, as many as you can, because those are all opportunities for you to figure out like what kind of research is interesting and to just ask one-on-one to ask professors what they're doing. In my free time, I like to go hiking, and I recently learned how to crochet.
So what do we do? So our job is to basically maintain a good relationship with the San Diego bioinformatics and biotechnology industry. And we do this by maintaining email and phone communication with them throughout the year. And we also maintain good relations with the bioinformatics and bioinformatics departments. And we also advertise internship opportunities that are coming up. And some upcoming ones that are coming up actually in a couple of weeks, within the next couple of weeks, are the Medtronic info session, which is coming up this Thursday through Zoom. The Genentech info session, which is coming up next week, and the application deadline for summer 2022 internships are on the 15th of October. And in addition, there's also the Illumina Fall Virtual Event Speaker Series, which are Thursdays, which are weekly Thursdays from 11 to 12 p.m. And these all these events can be found through the Discord or the mailing list that we have put in the chat. And basically also our plans are to organize company info sessions and resume workshops and even a lab tour to get those engaged within bioinformatics and those even remotely interested in bioinformatics to delve into the field more precisely. And yeah, that's basically.
Hi guys, my name is Min Young. I'm a CS Bioinformatics class of 2024. I've been kind of jumping around. So last year I worked in Dr. Rajesh K. Gupta's lab, working with like HVAC systems. So I've made quite a jump. This fall I'm starting in the Chi lab, working on disease heart cells and cardiomyocytes. And in my free time, well, these days I don't really have too much free time, but when I did have free time, I liked to read, I guess. And since I'm new to campus, I'm like kind of trying out the different dining halls. So that's kind of what I do.
Yeah, hi, my name is Joelle, and I'm also a CS Bioinformatics major. We're both second years. Currently, I'm starting in the night lab, which is doing microbiome research in the human microbiome. I'm trying to eventually gear more towards neural computations and more neuroscience, behavioral neuroscience, like the earlier people mentioned. My free time, also not much free time, but I was figure skating a lot throughout years of my life. And so I think I'm going to do that if I have free time again. And trying out like a lot of, I'm also trying out a lot of the restaurants in the area, not the dining halls. I've expanded after last year, but yeah. Could you do the next slide, please? Thank you. So as community service chairs, what we do is we reach out to local high schools and nonprofits to organize, promote community service events or volunteer opportunities.
So some examples, like just a couple months ago, or maybe last month, we did a high school outreach. It was actually virtual, but it's just where we kind of organized with a high school in India, and we kind of put together a brief introduction of what bioinformatics is and the different branches and different fields in bioinformatics. And this is a great opportunity for high schoolers who might not have heard of this field called bioinformatics to kind of learn about it and see whether they'd be interested or not. Another example is the San Diego Festival of Science and Engineering, which is typically held in the spring. So this picture on the right, that's what it is. Last year it was virtual, and probably this coming year it'll also be virtual. So a little bit different from what you see here, but it's also another great opportunity to showcase what bioinformatics is to the community. And some other events, which are not specifically bioinformatics related, but just great ways to give back and volunteer, are the Feeding San Diego and Ronald McDonald House. And so those are all great opportunities that we're planning on. If you have any questions or suggestions for other places where we might be able to participate, please let us know. The first one's my email, and the second one's Joel's email.
Now we have our public relations people.
Okay. Hi, I'm Devika. I'm a third year bioengineering bioinformatics major. I'm just wrapping up a project in the Thoracea lab, which was mainly phylogenetic research. So I'm on the search for a new lab. And in my free time, I like to watch TV and paint.
Hi, I'm Hannah. I'm also a third year bioengineering bioinformatics major. I'm minoring in entrepreneurship and innovation and general biology. I work for a lab. I work for cardiology lab, doing research in al alpha protein kinase, and I also do work for the translational medicine research and rheumatology. I just switched into bioinformatics major from the other bioengineering major, like in my second year. So I'm more like wet lab or like more like mechanical kind of person, but yeah, just reach me out.
So our main jobs is just to run all of the social media platforms. So that includes Facebook, Instagram, and our main method of communication is Discord. And we also design all the graphics that you see in our newsletters and on our social medias.
Yep. Make sure to follow the Instagram and Facebook because we also post there. Okay. Is Bella here? No, I don't think she is. That's right. Okay, so I can present for Bella. So Bella is our mentorship program chair. She does biology. She's in biology, bioinformatics. She does research in cardio and bioinformatics, and she likes to hike, do karaoke and reading. I think she's in Pallav Kasturi's lab at Salk, if I remember correctly. But yeah, so she runs our mentorship program. So essentially, what it does is we pair up a mentor, which is usually an upperclassman, with a mentee, usually a first or second year. We try to do our best to match the mentee to the correct mentor based on interests and career goals. Then we run some socials to meet fellow mentees, and we have panels for talking about research opportunities, surviving on campus, coursework, career help, etc. So for any first and second years, I highly, highly, highly recommend this program because UCSD is really, really bad at giving like advice on everything, on anything in general. So having a first or second year or having an upperclassman who's actually gone through the courses and knows like what's going on, when to take stuff, who to take stuff with is a really, really good thing to have. They can also help you get into labs if they know someone in a lab that's in your interests, they can refer you. If their lab is opening, they can give you a referral. They can help read your emails, your cold emails, you help edit your resume, etc. So this is a great program. I highly recommend it. Here is the Google form for signing up. We'll also send that out in the chat. So we're opening it starting now, and the deadline to basically register is week 3. So if you're also it's not just for first and second years, obviously. Third and fourth years, definitely sign up if you want to help mentor. Especially if you just want to like give back to the community to teach, to just like help out, even make some friends with the underclassmen. I definitely recommend you sign up for this. It's a really fun time, especially our socials. So yeah. And now I will move on to freshman rep. I don't know, Calvin, do you want to talk about freshman rep?
Sure, yeah. So we have every single year we have a freshman rep. So if you're really interested in Ubic and you want to come help plan out events, please apply to be a freshman rep.
Yeah, we are opening. So yeah, here are the tasks that we have usually. I think Dexter forgot to include the interest form, but we'll be sending out the application later tonight, and then we'll have the deadline also be week 3, and then we'll hold interviews to pick. So yeah, that is everything.
I would just like to add that I was the freshman rep in my freshman year. and it was an amazing experience. And I think Nikita was last year. She is also here. And I think it's just being part of the board and like interacting with the amazing board members like regularly, and like just helping out here and there in all these events. You don't really have like a very like a very like a solid responsibility for the entire year. Usually you would have like, maybe you would be responsible for a particular events. And it's just great when you like next year when you come to a different board position, and then you transfer what you've experienced during your like freshman rep year to when you
I
get
think the
in
good
board.
thing about freshman rep is that you help out with all the different like subcommittees, so you can figure out kind of like what you liked in bioinformatics, and then go like Ishan helped out a lot with boot camp, so he ended up becoming the boot camp developer the next year. Nikita helped me out a lot with academic relations, running journal club, and she ended up becoming the academic relations chair. So that's like, if you're a freshman right now and you are interested in joining the board and becoming a full-time member, you should definitely do the freshman rep, because it's a stepping stone to probably a position. Okay, so that's the end of our slides, but now we have Stephanie Ogre from Illumina. I'm gonna give her co-host so she can share screen, but she is
Hello.
the Illumina campus ambassador, and she's here to talk about their internship program. Give me 1 second, let me find.
Can you all hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay, perfect. I sent a link in the chat. So for all of the events that I speak at this quarter, Illumina would like me to take attendance. This way, if you do go to apply for an internship for them, they can see that you've already shown some interest. So please go ahead and fill out the form. It's just your name and some basic information. And
I've
let me
made you
grab the screen.
co-host, so you should be able to screen share now.
Okay, perfect. All right. Give me 1 second. All right. So I guess a bit about me before I jump into everything. I'm a fourth year bioengineering major here at UCSD. This past summer, I worked as a mechanical engineering intern for Illumina at their Hayward location, which is in the Bay Area. I noticed a lot of you all are involved in research. I am too. I'm a research assistant at the DBJ lab in the bioengineering building. Specifically, my research is focused on cardiac biomechanics. So I do a lot of planar biaxial testing and then analyze the data from that. And I've also been a lab assistant at a cancer research lab in the past. So some of my interests are sustaining engineering, biomechanics, and bioinstrumentations. And then, like some of you, one of my hobbies is trying new recipes, exploring San Diego, stuff like that. So a little bit about Illumina. So since the headquarters is in San Diego, California, I'm sure a lot of you have already heard of Illumina before, but in case you've never heard of them, Illumina is a biotech company whose focus is genetic sequencing, so full genome sequencing. And there's some stats on the screen, over 7,000 employees, so we're becoming a larger company, and over 115 countries served. There's locations not only in San Diego, but also in Hayward and Foster City, which are both in the Bay Area, and then also a location in Madison, Wisconsin. So Illumina's key message is to unlock the power of the human genome. So Illumina is responsible, the machines are responsible for over 90% of the world's genome sequencing, which affects various different industries from cancer research to family planning to agricultural research, and even helping to sequence COVID and make sure that we can come up with vaccines for that. So a few of the different values that Illumina prides itself in and that I definitely experienced over the summer were a culture of innovation, a push to create great products, moving fast and embracing change, and collaboration. along with being open to new ideas. So I think that with a company like Illumina, you're always working in a team environment where your voice is heard and you can hear the voice of others, and it is a really fast-paced environment to work in. Not only does Illumina make great genetic achievements, but also they pride themselves in their corporate social responsibility, specifically trying to use their technologies to accelerate access to genomics, removing barriers to try to get greater data diversity. I'm sure as experts in bioinformatics yourself, you're aware of some of the issues that are currently present with that. Also, Illumina likes to empower the communities and are very environmentally conscious. Also within Illumina, there's different diversity and inclusion organizations such as Women in Engineering, Women in Computing, and also just different diversity groups and focus groups and events that you can attend. So I'm sure what you're all really interested in is the internship program and early career opportunities. So the first thing that I want to say is that Illumina internships are available for bachelor students that are graduating in either 2022 or 2023. So if you're a current junior or senior, or if you're currently a master's student, MBA student, or PhD student. So there's internships at all different levels. If you go on the website, it'll specify what exactly those internships are for. Unfortunately, if you are a first or second year, you're not going to be yet eligible to apply, but it's still good to start thinking about your options early. What inspired me to apply to Illumina is I actually attended an event at Illumina my second year. All right, so how the internship program is going to work this year is they're going to be, I believe, 12-week internships this year. They're either going to be May through August or June through September. So since we're on quarter system, you would all be joining the June through September track. Some of these internships are going to be fully virtual. Some are going to be hub and hybrid, meaning you go on site some days and you stay home other days, and some are going to be fully on site. So the nature of the internship is going to depend on what your team does. So last year, the internships are mostly virtual. I was fortunate enough to come on site, but this year, it just depends what you're doing. Some interns will be working in wet lab. Some interns will just be doing coding stuff from home. So it should be on the job description itself. Some perks and benefits, I guess, for working full-time are down below. Benefits for interns, I believe we got a few days of paid time off. And then in the summer, the full week of 4th of July is also paid time off. So that was super nice. Overall, Illumina is known for their progressive benefits if you're looking to work there also full-time after you graduate. Another thing to mention is that personally, I know some people can be like, oh, I'm graduating, I want to go straight into a full-time role. Why would I bother with an internship? But a lot of the interns in my cohort that had already graduated did end up just staying with their team for full-time roles. So I would encourage applying if you're remotely interested, even if you're planning on graduating this spring. So some aspects of the internship experience, I'll first talk about it, I guess, in general, and then I'll say more what I did in my internship. So obviously in your internship, you expect that you're going to work with your team on a project, but it's more than that. So there's professional development. So you have access to LinkedIn Learning while you're an intern. So you can pick up any new skills, maybe different programming languages, or just other things you've been thinking to learn, but haven't had the chance to do so. There's also things like interview skills workshops, resume workshops with the technical recruiters and with just the university recruiting team at Illumina, just to kind of figure out what are they looking for in the resume and how to improve your own resume, along with virtual mentoring circles that we meet once a week. Something at Illumina you'll notice is that there's a large UCSD alumni presence. So it's cool to just talk to other people that once went to UCSD and are now working there. Besides working on your content projects that relate to your technical skills and background, interns also work on a volunteer project with a nonprofit just to give back to the community, and all those volunteer hours are paid. And there's also, of course, fun networking and social events. Like we had virtual team builders because a lot of the interns were virtual, and it was just a cool way to break up the workday. So I guess as far as my internship highlights, so I'm going to preface this by saying I am not a bioinformatics major, or I do not have bioinformatics background. but I thought some of you might be interested in what I did. So as I mentioned previously, I was a mechanical engineering intern and I worked on a sustaining or life cycle management engineering team. So that means like my team didn't work on as much like developing products from the ground up, but more looking at these instruments that have already been on the manufacturing line, looking at maybe what we could improve on them, what are some issues we're seeing on the manufacturing floor at the consumer site, stuff like that. So I was able to complete 3 different sustaining and design projects related to the NovaSeq instrument, which is pictured on the screen. At Hayward, there's actually a manufacturing floor, so it was really cool. I got to see these instruments being put together and also help troubleshoot them when things would go wrong. And I also got to do a small design project for an MPI project, which means new product introduction, that hasn't yet hit market. I also completed an intern volunteer project with Scientella, which was a nonprofit whose goal was to kind of foster interest in high school girls in pursuing STEM careers. So this project was cool because I got to work with a group of interns that weren't just all engineering interns. Some of them were marketing interns, business interns, some were like PhD level, master's, bachelor's. So it was really cool to work with other people. Some different skills that I've, I guess, improved upon or learned from my internship, where I improved my GD&T, which is geometric dimensioning and tolerancing, which is a fundamental skill for engineering drawings. GDP, good documentation practice, current good manufacturing processes, use SolidWorks a lot, which is a CAD package, along with, I think the big one was technical presentation or communication skills. I think UCSD engineering programs and CS programs, biology programs do a really good job of teaching you the content, but maybe not necessarily the etiquette for technical presentations, agendas, meetings, emails in industry. So that was something that my team really helped me with this summer. These are some various testimonials. I can like send these slides out after so they can be posted on your Discord so you can read them more in depth. But something that I want to stress is that there's a lot of different types of roles here. So I folded some of them that I thought could be maybe interesting to people with a bioinformatics background. So I know some of you are CS majors, so you could probably apply for things like software engineering roles, along with process engineering, which a lot of times uses a lot of coding. Of course, there's also bioinformatics roles, scientist roles, research associates, technical writers, data analysts, genetic counseling, and just analyzing genetic data, stuff like that. So feel free to tell any of your friends, even if they're not in bioinformatics, maybe they're a business major, that there's still roles for them. Something I want to highlight, I'm not sure if this is posted anywhere, but the last day to apply to the internships is October 20th. So it's kind of coming up soon. When you apply, you can also, if you do apply, you can put my name as the campus ambassador, just to kind of show Illumina that, hey, you've talked to someone about the internship, and this is kind of why you're interested. And if you're interested in learning more about Illumina, you can ask me any questions now. You can also just follow them on social medias or do a quick Google search to learn more on their website. Thank you for your time and letting me speak at your GBM. And if you have any questions, you can ask in the chat or you can reach out to me afterwards. You can either just add me on LinkedIn or I can put my email in the chat. And I'll share the slides afterwards. All right, thank you.
Thanks a lot for joining,
Thank
Stephanie.
you so much, Stephanie. Thanks for coming out. Okay, so